As he finished reading the rhyme, 5 drops of blood fell onto the blank page next to the text. 5 drops, quickly, but in an uncanny rhythm. Siobhan reflexively tended to him with a laugh and some jeering, scorning his poetry for the toll it clearly took on him, remarking he should stick to science and maybe boxing. When Malcolm returned home that night, he let out a warm sigh and placed his coat upon the rack. His heart could not have been more full. Sleep came easy. The darkness took over, a rapid descent into himself as his consciousness searched for rest. However, rest it would not have. He awoke standing in a stairwell. Dim light from sconces barely illuminated the path downwards. Looking behind him, nothing but a thick, sickly mist. Following the logic of this place, he proceeded down the stonework, hearing nothing but the sounds of his own footsteps and the occasional caw of a crow. Eventually, an end to the stairwell could be seen. A light brighter than those along the walls, brilliant to the point of bewilderment. He couldn't stare directly into it, but he also couldn't look away, as it eventually engulfed him, and at once a cacophony of crows filled his ears. Scattered among the branches of dead trees, reflecting the light of a full moon off their large, inky, black frames. Crows with red eyes bearing down upon him from all directions. And in the center of this rabble of noisy corvids, a large throne of wood, poorly made, but its prodigiosity was striking, as too was its occupant. Dressed in a ragged gown, but adorned with a necklace fit for an ancient king. 4 arms ending with the claws of a bird, showing his weariness, though his expressionless skull-like face showed none. As he eyed this being, his mind was racked with fear at the sudden silencing of the avian symphony, and an echoing voice struck at his call.
He who has come to my court, whom his redden hours sought. Answer me these riddles 5, and I shall spare your wretched life. Pretend to me you do not know. Your soul eternal a feast for crows. With it you are strong in mind, body and heart unmaligned. To keep it could take all your wealth. That of which I speak is...
Health, he replied, almost without thought. His mind was used to untangling far more complex problems than this. He chuckled to himself. The very thought that his mind could conjure such an interesting scenario could only come up with such a simple riddle. His laughter grew, and the crows joined him. A gross melody they made, his laughter and their caws. A dreadful, twisted sound, baleful and sickly. He awoke coughing, gagging to the same tune his laughter took in his dream. His body racked with pain. His ribs felt like they could snap at any moment. His insides could tear themselves apart. And as it ceased, his hand was covered in phlegm and blood.